Wow, thank you for sharing that. So one thing you
Absolutely.
mentioned just now is people who want to come back to office the 30th time.
Yeah,
And I think I watched some of your interviews whereby, and also a statement that you make
yeah,
comparing being able to lead as an opportunity, and also people who have seen politics as opportunity to have a career.
right.
And one, we've seen people who think they should be born into politics and die while being in politics and things like that.
Sure.
So when you engage people who have this mindset, what do you think made them have that kind of mindset to be in office forever and just
Right.
be there forever while other people cannot come in to be in that office? What's the mindset they have?
Yeah, I think being in power could be quite addictive, right? You have council members, congressional members, senators. They walk around with a big old entourage. Everyone wants their signature. Everyone wants to take a picture of them. They wake up feeling that importance, and I get it. But with me, I feel like I was somebody before politics, and I'm hoping to have a life after politics. I don't want to be the person running for a 15 term. And the way you can tell when somebody's been in office for too long is when they go from running on their ideas to
Mhm.
running on their experience, right? Because the world is changing every 4 or 5 years. And if you've been elected in 1990 and you're talking about your experience can help you in 2027, then you probably know a little bit less than the new person who never was a fresh perspective, who wants to get in and make that change and get out. And in Congress in itself, it institutionally prioritizes people who've been there the longest. So you only become the chair of a committee if you've been there for the longest of times, or if you raise the most money or beyond. So if somebody's been waiting 20 years for that chair spot, then they're not going to want to give it up in the 22nd year when they feel like it's their time to become the chair. So if they can
Mm.
kind of reform that to be the most, prepared person, or someone who could, if it's not based off of seniority and maybe some other type of merit, then maybe you won't have someone running for their 18th year hoping to get there. So, but to be honest though, the reason why I think it's important to make sure that we have a consistent turnover of leadership is because we need fresh ideas.
Mm.
Imagine if Donald Trump could run for fourth, fifth, sixth term.
Mm.
Imagine if George W. Bush was president for 4, 5, 6 terms. The country will be run differently. However, we have a Congress that seems to be there forever. We have a Supreme Court that's elected for life, and I don't believe it's good for the movement of our society. Last but not least, we also have to look at where a lot of these elected officials come from, right? They're usually lobbyists, children of other politicians. They don't always have that pedigree that will allow them to leave office, right? I'm a pharmacist.
Yeah.
If if I'm done with my career, I can go back to a pharmacy. Some of
Yeah.
these people are community organizers. Some of these people come from other professions, which is not a bad thing, but they don't see the light at the tunnel. They don't see maybe that they could pivot away from office after their term is over. They see themselves as, I gotta keep this paycheck. I gotta keep this rolling. I gotta make sure I'm on TV enough just so I can keep at this. They don't have that next thing to move to that could divide their legacy. And I think that also impacts how long these people stay in office as well.
Wow, I've never seen it that way. Thank you for explaining it that way.
Absolutely.
Because I just thought it's just power intoxication. I just thought that maybe service should be made a requirement to be a leader and things like that. Now,
Mhm.
and now I'm thinking maybe also making sure people actually have a career that they can go back to. That will
Yeah.
also that will also give them opportunity to know that, well, this is not a do or die. I can get it. If I don't get it, I have something I can do with my life, and I have other ways I can make impact.